What is good, Ninja? OJ over here from PlayerEssence, and welcome to the PE Nintendo Switch and Gaming News video. Today, we've got some awesome information for you, so let's go ahead and get right into it. So, Rogue Trooper Redux launches on October 17th for PS4, Xbox One, and PC, and the Nintendo Switch version will come soon after. The remake of the 2016 third-person shooter has been dated. So, Rogue Trooper Redux will launch on the PS4, Xbox One, and PC on October 17th. Developer Rebellion has announced it will cost $24.99. Physical PlayStation 4 and Xbox One versions will be available in both North America and in Europe. The Nintendo Switch version of Rogue Trooper Redux will release soon after, and that's in quotations there. A new trailer compares the game's new graphics with those of 2006's original. The remake offers completely remodeled characters, weapons, and vehicles, remastered cinematics, new special effects, dynamic lighting, and higher fidelity geometry. You can check out the trailers you guys are seeing right there. So, I never played this game, Rogue Trooper, or anything like that back in the day. I remember seeing something on it briefly, and I know this is supposed to be some type of comic book or some type of series that's already out there before the game came out, and it was like a third person. You have some cover shooting, some mechanics in there that came out before Mass Effect as far as what's going on with that there. I guess you're some type of super soldier, the last of your kind, and of course you're trying to save or do some type of heroic type of deal. But either way, I do think that this would be a pretty cool shooting game to play on the Switch if, you know, if this is your type of game. Obviously, the Nintendo Switch doesn't have many first-person and third-person shooters at this point, but we are getting some pretty cool stuff. Like tomorrow, we're getting Splatoon 2. We'll also have Rogue Trooper. Plus, there's that new game Morfight that's a first-person shooter that I talked about yesterday on one of my PE news videos, so make sure you check that out as well. So, Rogue Trooper Redux, I don't know what to think of it. I'm not in love with the actual character designs and how they look and everything. I just don't like blue dudes running around like shooting. I mean, it can be kind of cool. Look, I'm not trying to say the game's going to be bad or anything. I just don't necessarily love the style. However, it still could be a very good game, at least based on what I've seen from the 2006 one. Obviously, the graphics aren't quite as good as before, just me watching that one. But based on what they've done from there and just to revamp the graphics, everything's looking kind of nice. It's actually looking kind of sweet. So we'll see what happens with the game. We'll see how much longer as far as the soon after when it comes to the Nintendo Switch version. Let me know what you guys think about Rogue Trooper Redux in the comment section below. Alright, and moving on to the next article here. Sonic Forces reveals a brand new villain, Infinite. Plus, you can also listen to Infinite's theme song. So Sega has released a new video of Sonic Forces showcasing cutscenes featuring the new villain Infinite and his arsenal of superpowers. First got a sneak peek at Infinite in E3 2017's released villains trailer, where he is seen descending from the sky to face Sonic. In Sonic Forces, Infinite joins Dr. Eggman's evil group of henchmen, which include Chaos, Metal Sonic, Shadow, and Zavok, who have already taken over the world and prepared to create the next level panic and disorder. In addition to the cutscenes, Sega also revealed Infinite's theme song. Sonic Forces is due out for the PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PC this holiday. So I'm not sure what to think about this new character, Infinite, as far as the villains go and all that, or even Sonic Forces to begin with. Guys, like, I hate to tell this story every single time, but it's a story that definitely needs to be told. We always get excited. We get hyped up for these Sonic games, and then we play them. Then they come out, and then there are just issue after issue after issue when it comes to the actual gameplay. We're not talking about extras or features or other type of things. We're talking about the core of what it means to be a gamer, the core of the gameplay. It's just not very good whenever they do come out. And look, I've been through this, right? The Wii U got 2 exclusive Sonic games. At least they were exclusive at launch, and I know that Sonic Lost World came to the PC. So we got 2 exclusive Sonic games. We got Sonic Lost World, and we got Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric. And Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric was so bad to me, was so bad that I had to have it out of my house. I usually don't resell my games or anything, but that one I needed out. I didn't want it in my presence. I really did not like that game. And Sonic Lost World, I thought it was okay. I thought it was pretty good. That wasn't a bad game per se, but it definitely wasn't like, oh my gosh, Sonic is back. But it definitely was a good game. I don't think it was horrible. Or it was at least an average game at the least. So I do feel that it's just been so hit and miss. Like, we're always looking for that next AAA, like that next Sonic 2, that next Sonic and Knuckles, and we haven't gotten it. Will Sonic Forces be that? Well, based on the early playthroughs of the game, I guess not. I don't think people are saying, oh yeah, this is going to rival the old school Sonics. I think some people are looking forward to Sonic Mania more than Sonic Forces. But once again, we still need to wait and see when the game is released. It's not finished. They're still working on it. There still isn't even a solid release date because they say holiday, so they could take an extra month or two to polish. Heck, maybe it's even delayed, but I doubt they'll delay it because they need the holiday season to sell the kids. But even so, like, I just want to be cautious with this one because, yes, the graphics look great. Yes, like if you're playing on PS4, Xbox One, PC, you're going to have smooth 60 frames per second. I think there's been some talk about the Switch version being 30 frames per second, but still, it's not the final build yet. And we all know that they started development after the PS4 and Xbox One version, so still need to wait on that, but it still seems like it could play okay, but we just need to see the full thing because they're going for that multiple character play style, right? You have the modern Sonic, you have the 2D Sonic or the classic Sonic, and you have your own characters. So some of them might be better than others, like Resident Evil 6, you know, like Chris's campaign is trash, but Leon's campaign is, okay, pretty good. So that's the thing. That's the thing that I get worried about when people start doing these multiple campaign things with the play styles. It can always mess things up. It can always take a game and mess it up. So, man, we'll see what happens here. I'm just kind of like, just waiting. I do not want to go out there and get hyped for it like I did the last two Sonic games and just be like, okay, that was average or okay to, oh my gosh, garbage, which is Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric. So we'll see what happens with this one, but Infinite does look like a pretty cool designed character, and the theme song is kind of catchy, so let me know what you guys think about this brand new villain, Infinite, and Sonic Forces in general, based on what you've seen in the comment section below. Alright, and moving on to the last article here. Kingdom Hearts 3, Tetsuya Nomura has clarified his statements on a possibility of a Nintendo Switch version of the game. And really nothing has changed much from what he said. He just wanted to clarify that platforms can mean like a broad sense of things. So nothing really changes too much from the original thing. However, there were some sensationalist articles coming out there that were trying to point it like super in favor of Nintendo Switch, whereas like the PCs out there, whereas there could be other platforms out there that could get the game when he said that we'll consider it afterwards. So let's get into what he had to say on the matter as far as what's going on. So a few days ago, Kingdom Hearts 3 director Tetsuya Nomura was asked by IGN to comment on the possibility of a Nintendo Switch port for the game. His answer was quite vague, and IGN updated the slightly misleading headline after the fact for clarity, but some media outlets and blogs still presented it in a rather positive way. This was amplified further in Japan, where nuance was lost, as his answers originally in Japanese and translated to English were retranslated back to Japanese. Today, Nomura-san clarified that statement in an interview with Famitsu, mentioning that when statements on foreign sites are relayed in Japan, it's not uncommon for sensational headlines to spread rumors and allegations of things that have not been said. He explained that he was asked about the Nintendo Switch version, but his answer was simply that the PS4 and Xbox One versions are top priority since they've already been announced. As for other platforms, they could be considered afterwards. According to Nomura-san, the verb considering was interpreted liberally, leading people to believe that the game could be released on the Nintendo Switch. On the other hand, he did not single out Nintendo's new console, but he simply mentioned that other platforms, all of them, might be considered after PS4 and Xbox One versions are released. Now, the same article on IGN was mentioned that Nomura-san wasn't sure on whether there would be a demand for an Xbox One port of the recently released PS4 remaster of the past Kingdom Hearts games outside of Japan. He clarified that point too, explaining that, like the previous question, already announced games have priority. Due to that, he thinks that now the Xbox One X is coming, announcing remasters of the old Kingdom Hearts titles for Xbox One after the release of Kingdom Hearts 3 in 2018 would be simply too late in timing and would be difficult to market, especially in Japan. So all of this, as far as what he said, really, he just didn't like the fact that people were taking it as, oh, this is only going to be Switch, and not including all the other platforms like PC. He said it very generally or liberally. It wasn't supposed to be specified to one thing or another. Even though IGN directly asked him about the Switch, he wasn't talking directly about it when he said it. He just said other platforms could be considered. So that could be PC, that could of course be, you know, Nintendo Switch. It wasn't just one. He just wanted to make sure that people knew that, because there was a bunch of sensationalist articles in Japan and other places too. So nothing really changes much from how I reported it. He just said other platforms could be considered. I still personally feel that Square Enix and Nintendo, they will work out a deal in order to get this game, whether it's Tetsuya Nomura doing it or it's someone else porting the game over. I still feel that they're going to work out a deal to do that, because by late 2018 or 2019, when this port would release, the Nintendo Switch is probably going to be at north of 20 million units sold or around that. And in Japan, that's the reason why sensationalist articles went up, because Japan really wants it to come to the Nintendo Switch. I think that's more so than anything. There wasn't as much sensationalist articles, I think, here in the States. From what I read, people were saying, okay, well, it could be considered afterwards. They weren't saying that it's heavily going to come or anything like that. Maybe there were some, but overall, I reported it kind of just how I saw it there. Oh, it could be considered afterward for the Nintendo Switch. Maybe I should have dug a little bit deeper in there to see, oh, all platforms. If the Nintendo Switch continues to sell at the pace that it's selling, and Japan has shown the type of infatuation that they're showing with the Nintendo Switch, it would be idiotic to not bring Kingdom Hearts 3 to the Nintendo Switch from a port studio or port team after the game is done. I doubt Tetsuya Nomura is going to sit down and port the game to the Nintendo Switch himself with this team. They'll probably move on to something else. You can get someone else to do it with the Unreal Engine 4. Might have to make some sacrifices here and there, but it can still be done. We've seen what the developers have talked about when it comes to Unreal Engine 4 and being able to port over it. I just don't think it's going to be like a cakewalk or anything like that. It's definitely going to take a good team in studio to make sure they get a quality port. It's not stuttering, it's not bad, but I do feel that it can be done, and hopefully that it does. I'm excited to see the game on the PS4 when it does launch, but I have no problem double dipping if they wanted to put out a Switch version so I can play it portably as well. But let me know what you guys think about all of this news here. Are you guys excited for Kingdom Hearts 3 on the PS4 and Xbox One? I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts in the comment section below. Alright guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and check out the links in the description below. We've got Facebook, we've got Twitter. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow on all of our social media. It really helps us spread the content of PlayerEssence across the interwebs in addition to YouTube. Also, make sure you check out our Patreon page. Pledge any tier, be entered in to win some awesome prizes each month. In addition to that, we have Discord voice chat, and we also have $10 prize eShop tournaments for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. We'll have Splatoon 2 on tomorrow, actually, and we'll also have ARMS as well. So support PE Live and PE Arena right here on PlayerEssence. Also, make sure you hit that like button if you did like this video. Let me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future, and subscribe to PlayerEssence for the latest news, reviews, discussions, and more. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you ninja for the next video. Peace.